Hi, Amy here. I am back to share my second floss tube. And before I get started, I wanted to take a minute just to thank everyone for all of the kindness that I've been shown over the last week or so. It's quite overwhelming, the messages and just the comments and just the kindness that everyone has sent my way. I really didn't know how this was going to go, and um, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking, honestly, especially if you're someone who does not like to have their picture taken or video taken or anything like that. So it's a little bit of immersion therapy, and I'm speechless, honestly. So I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. I have some really fun stuff to show you today. I have a giveaway, but you have to wait till the end. It's a good giveaway too. But so I thought today what I will do is I'll show you my new whip, because I did my whip parade and I only have one thing since the whip parade. And then I'm going to show you my FFOs and finishes, little treasure, little market treasure. And then we'll do a little life update. If you stick around, you get to hear about pigs in space and the giveaway. So the very first thing, what I've been working on since my whip parade, I have a new start. It's called Bunny Bloom. It's from Stitching with the Housewives, and I'm stitching it on 14 count, and this is just a Aida that I dyed myself. It's pink, or I'm sorry, it's blue with a little bit of pink highlights. And I am using the called for colors for the most part. I think I changed the little goose to I think Team Biscuits, but I mean, come on, it's a bunny riding a goose. Who doesn't love that? So that's and I found the cutest little pouches at Hobby Lobby, and it fits in perfectly. So I'm hoping that they'll do these for all the seasons. I had two. One has a bunny, like cute little bunny ears. I'll show you that in a minute. So that's my whip. And then I mentioned before, 2025 is my year of the FFO. So I'm going to get all of these beautiful finishes, all these beautiful things that I've stitched out of the basket and finished so I can enjoy them. So the first one is one I stitched a couple years ago. It is it's a Wizard of Oz chart for Silver Creek samplers. Get Dorothy turn the right way. Go. Now this one also has words on it, and I decided just to do Dorothy and Toto. This is all done in MPI silks. I was in the MPI Silk Club from Fat Quarter Shop for years, and I have a really lovely collection of MPIs. The charms right here are actually from when my girls were little. Dorothy was made by an artist named Aimee Taylor. It's Aimee Taylor Clay Designs. And then the little Oz was like a Scrabble-like tile off of Etsy. The trim is left over from a dress that I made. Well, I made two outfits. One was a skirt and short top set for my oldest, and then when she outgrew it, I cut the applique off of it and I made a Dorothy dress for my daughter. I posted the dress of her dress on Instagram. So I had this tiny little bit of trim left over for what, 16 years. And then on the back is Chelsea's checks from Stitching with Housewives. So I grew up with Wizard of Oz only came on in March. So I'm in this weird bracket where I could be considered Generation X, and I could be considered a millennial. I'm really too young to be Gen X. I'm too old to be a millennial. So growing up, we only had Wizard of Oz in March, and every year when it would come on, my dad actually made a big deal out of it. He loved it. Everyone had to get together and watch the Wizard of Oz. And then as I, grew up and even had my own kids, he would still call when the Wizard of Oz was on, and I never had the heart to tell him that we had the DVD. So March, I always think of the Wizard of Oz. So the next one is, I thought I finished all of my St. Patrick's Day, but I had this little lamb and I forgot to do her. So last night I went ahead and did her for my last St. Patrick's Day finish. And I used 14 count Cabernet Picture This Plus Ada. The lamb is from Pinker and Punkin. And then all the greens are just scrap. And then the wooden beads are from Hobby Lobby. They're very pretty. They come in a 6-pack for like $1 or something. And then there's some Lori Holt gingham on the back. Really like the way this one turned out. It was fun to use all the little details. There's some purple cotton crack. I honestly have no idea where that came from. It was just sort of hanging out. I don't like purple, but it worked perfectly. So she's pretty cute. The next finish was, this is called Spring Stitching Seasons from Stitching with Housewives. This was a club, and I believe it was a 2023 club through Fat Quarter Shop. And the spring was the first one, finished it right away. And then I did not finish the others. I did winter this past winter, and I just had spring hanging out. The flowers are crocheted flowers from Hobby Lobby. And if you use these, I highly recommend when you cut the wire stems to go ahead and put a bit of glue on the end, and it will help the yarn not to ravel or unravel. This finishing board is an old piece from Hobby Lobby. It looks like it had a clearance sticker on it. I just grabbed it for like a rainy day kind of thing. The back are Chelsea's checks, and I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. The greenery with the little yellow flowers is also from Hobby Lobby. And this flower is the tulip, and I just spread the petals out to make it look more like a daisy shaped. Then, okay, so this is really fun. This is back from 2022. This is the very first thing I finished. And it's this little, I love bluebirds. I love the bluebird happiness. I tried to find the pattern. I couldn't find the pattern. I don't know if this was like a free chart or part of a chart, something that was combined, but it really is sweet. I remember I used Sunrise on their tummies, and it was finished with a charm pack on a little board from Hobby Lobby. Then the next Bluebird finish is from Little House Needleworks, and I actually started, finished, and fully finished this all in one day this year. So this one is called Singing the Blues by Little House, and I used Tyler Boy Blue from Classic Colorworks and Ribbon Red. I added the heart and the cherries in red to give it a little bit of an accent, the border in red. And then the back is Chelsea's checks in the red color. I hand stitched one of the sides and added some mini rickrack. then, okay, so then we're gonna move into some Easter. I mentioned in my last video, I have 28 Easter finishes in the box. It's bananas. And I was trying to figure out, like, why do I have so many Easter finishes? Like, why didn't I finish any? I have none that I finished. And I realized that during this time of year is one of the busiest times of year for us previously, because both my girls played lacrosse, and you know, they had a couple games every week, and like the season was in full swing. So I was stitching a lot, but I wasn't like having the available time to finish a lot. So I'm gonna have so much fun finishing this year. So the first one is one that I made this year, and it is Mrs. Bunnytail. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. She is adorable. I actually stitched her this year. I grabbed the pattern. This was the other little bunny bag from Hobby Lobby. I have her back in the bag because when my daughter saw this one, she loved it and asked me to make her one too. So we're gonna do a milk chocolate rabbit for her. I'm gonna change the colors a little bit. But here's a chart. And I decided I wanted to do a white bunny with a pink eye. And she stitched on 18 count white from Ada from Hobby Lobby. I used all the called for colors except for there was one pink change, just because I didn't have the pink. So I found something complimentary. I pulled this bunny fabric. It's like a 30s reproduction bunny fabric out of my stash. And the ribbon is just blue ribbon that I hand dyed. I thought about doing a pink ribbon, but I think I like the blue. I think the blue and the eggs look pretty together. So for Soph's, we're gonna do a milk chocolate bunny, and then I'm gonna change her robin to a Bluebird of happiness. And then she picked out this fabric for her backing fabric. And I've had this forever. I mean, oh my gosh, like there's a where the sun bleached it from my shelves at my old house. So this, I have this fabric in another color. I think it's pink also. And unfortunately, this was supposed to be like an Easter outfit that never happened. Oh. But it'll be fun that it gets to live on in Mrs. Bunnytail. Then, okay, so then I have some finishes of my mom's that my mom actually did. The first one is from Brenda Gervais' Jellybean Jubilee, which we'll talk more about in a second. She made me, I remember she made me this for my Easter basket a couple years back. It's so cute. It's part of the chart. It's a little chick. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Oops. The little bees, the counting pin with the heart, all of it. Oh, it's so sweet. I love it. I actually had it up, and I have like a tiered tray with some pretty sewing things, and I would keep it up year round. So that's adorable. That's part of a chart. And then the next, it's not really Easter, but it works. This is part of Lori Holt's Flower Market baskets. And this was when Fat Quarter Shop was doing their sew along with the center. And these are the January colors, but then my mom put a heart in the middle. And I remember telling her, like, Mom, you can't do that. It's not the chart. And she's like, no, it's my cross stitch. I can do whatever. Do whatever I want. So that's really sweet. Love the colors. I love the backing fabric and how it works so nicely with the heart. That'll be pretty to put with some Easter things, or like the bluebirds. And then I have Spring by Lizzie Kate. And this, oh, look at that trim. How fun is that? This is part of a chart. I know it's a Lizzie Kate chart, and it has 3 spring Easter type smalls. So this is spring. I have no idea what color she used. I know that the blue Ada is from Hobby Lobby because she picked up one of my girls one day and said, we need to go to Hobby Lobby and get blue Ada cloth. So they were always down to do that. Then the next is With Thy Needle and Thread. Can you tell that we both really enjoy her as a designer? This is the holiday hoopla with the little Peter Rabbit. I mean, come on, this is fantastic. And the tail is Whisper. There's a little pink glass seed bead for the eye, the pom-pom trim, pink gingham. This is finished really, really well. I know this is not easy. My mom had rheumatoid arthritis. She was actually diagnosed when I was 6 and she was 31 years old. So her hands, you know, the dexterity in her hands, it was challenging, and it got more challenging as she got older. So this is really beautiful, and she did a great job on it. I love this one. I love the pinks in it. Just the colors of the flowers are so pretty. I'm pretty sure this is all called for colors. And then this was just randomly with them. This is a really cute little felt rabbit ornament she made. Wool felted. Put that with the Easter things. And then both my mom and I stitched this. I think I'm gonna do mine as a flat framed type, and then I did hers as a pillow. It's funny, the amount of charts that we both had is the same, so I took all the charts and all the duplicates and I put them in one box, and then I gave them to my my oldest to have. So she was quite happy about that. But so we both stitched Star Spangled Spectacular by With Thy Needle and Thread. This is probably my favorite design that Brenda Gervais did. I love this one. I absolutely love it. I loved my version of it. My version has a heart. No, my version has the letter G in the center for our last name. My mom put a heart. It's just lovely. Like, it's so beautiful. And the basket, the flowers, and the colors, everything is great. It's on 14 count, beautiful beige. And then I pulled a, so this is old fabric, really old. And I pulled it out of the 4th of July basket, patriotic basket. And it was by Sandy Gervais. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. And then my mom was a member of the Sweetwater Label Club, and she had some leftover labels, so I just grabbed one of those and put it on because the quilt block mimics the quilt block. So this one's really pretty, and I love it. It's I think up until now this is probably my favorite With Thy Needle and Thread. So now I have some finishes. They're not fully finished, but okay, so I'm doing Start Go or Whip Go. My Whip Go board is new starts, new smalls. And this month was Joy, Santa Joy by Stitching with the Housewives. The little dearie is so cute. And I don't have the chart to show with this one because this was a bonus chart in one of their Sassy Strippers. I can't say that without laughing. Then I think the next one I have to do for the Start Go is the little Santa in his long johns that says ho ho ho. So the next one is from the Blackbird, March of the Daffodils. I'm doing some of the mini stockings each month. And I finished Spring's Arrival. Oh, and I meant to say that's 14 count vintage country mocha. So here is Spring's Arrival. And these are all just colors from my stash. The green is Lucky, or the main green is Lucky from Weeks Dye Works. That's one of my favorites. So I really wanted it variegated, and normally I do the loop method. I double my floss. I don't worry about it too much. But this time I was like, oh, let's see what happens. So I did 2 strands together, matching up, and so I stitched with like 36 inches instead of 18 inches. I don't know if I love it. It's a little stripey, but I don't know. But it is my favorite green, Lucky from Weeks Dye Works. And then I finished 2 previously. These were 2 from the February book. So there's our alphabet. The alphabet and our family initials are in red. And then I did violets as well. And then there's another one in the February book that has a bird on it. It's really cute. So that'll be fun to do next year. I might do the Quaker. I don't know. I think I'll probably save these 2 for next March and move on to some other things. Okay, so the rest of my finishes are, it's sort of like a Breda Gervais Easter parade. And I haven't finished, I ran out of polyfill. So, oh, that's something I should have mentioned. So I haven't used sawdust. I've used crushed walnut shells. But I mostly use polyfill. And I'm okay with polyfill. Like, I know some people find it a little tricky, but you know, I'm pretty good with it. I think it looks nice. I guess I have a right technique down. I did something a little bit different in this one. In my corners, I stuffed it. I have like a little jar. Oh, it's gone missing. So I have a little jar, and I put all my orts in it. And then I used some of them, would ball them up, and I shoved them in the corners. And then I put my polyfill in, and that worked really well. So I think I'm gonna try that again and see how that works. But that was a pretty good trick to use up those little threads from the jar. Okay, so the first one I stitched previously was Spring Serenade. I was looking at the chart. I don't think I used the called for colors. I think I used things from my stash that were very similar. Again, I feel like I used the color Sunrise on the Bluebird's tummies. I used Whisper Floss for the tail. And I'm pretty sure I brightened up the berries as well. So I think I'm gonna do all of these into pillows. I don't know. We'll see when I get there. This is the fabric I was thinking about for the back. The pink to bring out the berries. And then I have, let's see, this one is called Here a Peep, There a Peep. And I believe I used the called for colors with this one. Love the little chicks in the basket. The flowers, everything is so pretty. And then I have 2 options for my backing fabric. The blue and the yellow. I'm leaning towards yellow. But what I would like to do is I have a whole bunch of gingham fat quarters. Here's some polka dots as well. And all of the, with the needle and thread, I'd like to do with the coordinating gingham fabric. And then the other thing, I got this shirt from a thrift store. It's a really good spring, I might use that. I might cut that up. So we will see. Put that there. Then we're gonna move into, this one is one my mom stitched. It is called Spring Awakens. It's little bunnies. I love the basket. She back stitched around the eye of the robin, which I thought was really cool. With all the flowers and the bees and just the details. This one's great. I think, oh wait, maybe the blue one was for this and the yellow was for the chick. I feel like this was the one I was going to use on the back. It's a little bit brighter than his overalls. I think it would work well. And then I have two of the same. What's better than one rabbit and a rose? Two. So this one right here is my mom's. You can tell because of the direction of her stitches. And then the identical one is mine. And it was so funny because I feel like these were market charts. And we both bought them and we both immediately started stitching them, and we couldn't, it was one of these things where we just couldn't put it down. And we did it all in the same colors. We did all the same cloud floor colors. We both put a pink bead for the eye, fluffy whisper tail. And then the only difference is she did the correct thing and did the satin stitching on the bow, and I did not. So what my plan is, oh, and here is the fabric I'm going to use on the back. It's this coral pinky gingham. What my plan is I'm going to finish both of them. So my youngest daughter, whenever there's a double, or I mean sometimes she just picks out stuff, she likes to get the second one. And so I'm going to make both the pillows, and I'm not going to tell her which one I made and which one my mom made, and then she can pick whichever one she wants. So that'll be fun. We've done that a couple times with duplicate projects, and she has like a basket near her desk that she keeps all like the little smalls in that she really likes a lot. And then she has a dough bowl because, you know, she's, you know, a married Southern woman. Then, okay, so Jellybean Jubilee. This is such a fantastic book. It's so cute. There are 6 charts. So I was looking at everything last night. Between my mom and I, you include the pillow and the ones I stitched, we've done 5. But of those 5, we've done 4. Of those 4, only 1 was stitched. 2 was stitched correctly. The rest were just pieces. So, and then I have a dilemma. Okay, here's one. Here's a little chick on 14 count pale green gingham, or pale blue gingham from Fabric on the Fabric Flare. I cannot say Fabric Flare. I always say Fabric. It's terrible. Then here are the chicks with the carrot cart. Adorable. And then the bunny. Now, I know I should have held that up a little bit longer. grab. There we go. So my dilemma is I want to put them all in a basket or a bow together, but they're all in different fabric. Okay, there's the full bunny with the egg. And for some reason I only did the paintbrush. I'm thinking it may have been time. So this one here is on Vintage Country Mocha. And then this one is on a random piece of Aida from Amazon, which one of my best friends gave me this really cute cross-stitch basket for my birthday a couple years ago. And there's this in here, and it's really good Aida, and I've never been able to figure out which one it was. She couldn't figure out which one it was. But they are different. They're similar, but they're different. And then we have this one here, which is totally different color. And then my mom's is on lamb's wool. Now this one here is part of that chart. Okay, so here's my dilemma. Do I just finish them as is, call it a day? Do I restitch? But there's like 1,000 other things I want to stitch, so I don't know. I have not done Hop Hop Hippity. Was it Hop Hop Hippity Hop? Yes. And then I haven't done the little bunny, the Jellybean basket cup. And I didn't do Easter yet. So this was my thought. I could take this one and then also stitch the bunny and Hop Hop Hippity Hop on the gingham. Now, for the bunny in the little Jellybean cup, I'm not going to stitch the cup. I'm going to do just the bunny rabbit and then the Jellybean vines and all around her. So they could look cute together. And then I was thinking I could change the colors to a brighter blue and a brighter pink for Hop Hop Hippity Hop. Then there's Easter here. And I was looking at that one, and this little guy with the paintbrush and the girl with the carrot balloon are about the same size. So I could stitch her on Vintage Country Mocha with the paintbrush bunny and then put this one together as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then here's the Vintage Country Mocha. And then this is the baby blue gingham from Fabric Flare. There's 3 ginghams that I have. I have one in gray, one in pink, and one in blue. The gray and the pink, the gingham just fades away, so you can't really even notice it when you stitch on it, when the item is finished. The blue you can see. So that is my, with the needle and thread, Easter finishes. Okay, let's talk treasure. So I joined 2 new clubs from Fat Quarter Shop. The first is the Belsois Silks. Oh, they're so nice. I thought MPI silk was nice. It is. The MPI silk is very, very nice. But this, oh, so nice. So for February, I got Pom Pom Pink, Strawberry Shortcake, and Chocolat. They're very, very pretty. I'd like to see if I can go back and get the January, the January flosses from somewhere, or at least get the 3 colors. So I'm very excited about that. I was a member of Classic Colorworks and then a member of Weeks and NPI kind of throughout the years. It's a great way to build up my floss collection. Every now and then my oldest would, when the NPIs would come in, her little eyes would light up and off it went. So the other club I joined was, and I've never been in a fabric club before. This is the Lori Holt Fat Quarter Bundle. So I decided to get this one because I'm quilting more, and I do love Lori Holt fabrics, and I thought these would be great for making small projects as I'm learning to quilt, and everything's coordinating. So I'm really looking forward to this year. So then let's do market charts. All right, I said no self-control at all. It was bad, but that's okay. I didn't really buy anything for market last year, and I bought a lot this year. It's okay. So I ordered from 4 different places. The first place was Chantel's 141. I had my charts in my hand on last Friday. So market ended on Sunday. They were at my house on Friday. That's incredible. I was ordered from Lindy Stitches. Lindy Stitches was supposed to arrive on Friday, and it didn't. That's not on them. That's the Knoxville postal hub. A lot of the things I order go on vacation when they get to Knoxville. Like I had, can you see over here? I have the little featherweight machine, and I bought the stickers to go on the mini toolbox from Lowe's. The people that make the Singer stickers are like an hour from me in Tennessee. It took weeks for me to get my stickers because it went to like Florida and Georgia and Arizona to Nashville to it was a mess. So that was not, so the Lindy Stitches package is now in New Tazewell, Tennessee. I don't have no clue where that is. Hopefully it'll be here soon. The third place I ordered from put up a notice on their website that it's going to take a while. It's going to take a couple weeks for them to get everything out, and that's okay. And then the fourth one, I haven't heard anything, and it was like the last Brenda Gervais chart, and I ordered from them on Etsy, and I checked Etsy, it said it'll be here in May, and they're from a state away, so hopefully it'll be here sooner. So so 2 things that were not exactly market charts, but this one is Mouse's Schoolhouse from Tiny Modernist. Funny thing, I am deathly afraid of mice. They're my kryptonite. However, if you put them in a dress, and especially if they sing a song, I love them. So I love these charts, and my oldest one's to be a teacher. So I thought this one was really, really sweet. When I do it, I'm probably going to change ABC and 1, 2, 3 to like E = MC squared because she's my science girl. Then I got Beatrice to go with Daisy May. So I'm going to stitch these together and make sure that they coordinate. I think they're really pretty. Then, so this is really cool and unexpected. I can't really show it, but it is from the Blue Flower. It was one of their market freebies, and it's an iris, which is really cool because the iris is the state flower of Tennessee. And it's all charted with the Threadworks Night Garden collection, which I haven't been able to get yet, but I really would like to get it. So I'm very excited about that, to do this. And then also, I think with the Threadworks, I really like Annie the Proper Stitchers. And then there's like a moon that's Tiny Modernist. I was thinking about getting that and kitting that up for when my daughter comes home to visit after her semester. I thought she might have fun doing that. Okay, market. This is really fun. I showed my husband everything, and I'm like, well, what should I stitch for first? Because I couldn't decide. So these are his picks. The first one is Heart and Hand Blooming Frill. This one, well, you know, this will take me pretty quickly. I can probably do this in an afternoon. And I'm doing this to match the Bloomingtown that my mom had stitched. That'll be a lot of fun to put together. Then You Were Meant to Bloom by Little Stitch Girl. This one is 72 by 72. It uses classic colorworks, and I will not be stitching it on black. So I'll change up the letters to a different color, but I thought this is very, very pretty. Then he really liked this one called by Fox and Rabbit. Never stitched Fox and Rabbit before, so this will be new. Fox and Rabbit Audie's Pink House, except for he said they named it wrong. It should have been Amy's Pink House. So that'll be great to do. It is 137 by 79, but I don't think it'll be terribly long to stitch because there's some good open space. And the house is pretty dense, but there's a lot of other motifs. Then he picked Harriet, so Maggie May could have a friend. And then what I picked, which is my favorite chart, even though you shouldn't play favorites, is Lily. Lily the frog. She's so adorable. Then I got the Heart and Hand Nativity Tiny Town and the frill. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to stitch it into 3 pieces. I'm going to do the major scene with the animals and the palm trees as one, and then I'm going to do Bethlehem as the second and the third, and then put them all in a dough bowl. And I collect like vintage. Okay, there's this whole TV show called King of the Hill, and the daughter on King of the Hill did a little puppet show at Sunday school, and she called it Manger Babies and little manger puppets. So I cannot look at a nativity animal and not call them manger babies. So I collect vintage manger babies from thrift stores. So I've got a pretty good collection, and I was thinking of like putting like little cannibals and extra sheep and donkeys and stuff in the bowl. Oh, and then the other thing we do is we try to always add a unique animal, and it all started with a turkey. My mom and I made this Thanksgiving turkey from a vintage chocolate mold, and we had him out at Thanksgiving, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just put him in the nativity, and I did. And so we try to add you know, every now and then a unique animal. So this year we added a elephant. And it kind of reminds me of Love Actually, when the little kid was like the second lobster, because there were 2 lobsters there at the birth of Jesus Christ. So the next is Spring Swan. I did not hop on the swan bandwagon, but I'm going to. I love them. They're so pretty. And then I got a daily reminder, and I believe that Tara from Silly Stitches is doing this as a start along for her birthday. And it says, be good and do good. And I'm going to change the letters to that, and I think I'm going to write be kind, because that was something that my grandmother had 5 kids, and then, you know, she sort of passed that down along the line. And then we have Summer Trio. Spring Trio has not arrived just yet. And then the Earth Laughs. Now I'm not going to stitch this one as a whole. My plan is to do the bird, the Bluebird is one, and then I'm going to do the house as another. And I think I'm going to sort of change the placement of the little birds around the house to make it more of a rectangle. Then I did Stitching Mends the Soul, or I got Stitching Mends the Soul by the Proper Stitcher, and Hobby You. This is cute. This is little. It's 70 by 70. And then Sings My Soul. This is a bigger chart. It's 183 by 111, but there's lots of open spaces, so you'll be quite manageable. Speaking of big charts, there's a hare in my garden. And then velvet pink pear needlebook. Yeah. So those are all my market charts, and I hopefully will get the next order in the next week, and then there's a couple other little things from the other two little shops I ordered from. So this should keep me quite busy for quite some time. And okay, so I do have one other piece of treasure to show, which kind of goes with the whole life update thing, and then the giveaway. We got to talk about pigs in space. So my daughter had a couple lacrosse games this week. She had one in Gaffney, South Carolina. She had one in, I don't know where, North Carolina, but they were both about 4 hours away. And it was great because I was like, oh, this is so good. Like, I'm gonna have like 8 hours in the car and we get all the stitching done. Nope, didn't go well. I got so dizzy from these back mountain roads. The Asheville Highway, I think, was put on this earth to kill me. Other than the Skyline Drive in, what is that, Shenandoah National Park, this road is awful. Actually, I'll take that back. The Colorado Monument in Colorado, that was so funny because we told our kids we were going to take them to the Colorado Monument, and they're like, oh, like how many more plaques do we have to look at and bronze statues? They had no idea what it was. It was so fun. It was just like, we got there and they were like, oh, this is amazing. I thought I was going to die. I don't do well on mountainous, curvy roads. So I didn't get any stitching done. But when we were in Gaffney, we went to a thrift store because we had a little extra time, so we went to Salvation Army. And I found this, and at first I was like, I don't know if I love that. It's definitely not my colors. But we were running out of time, and my husband was just like, just buy it, it's $10. So I got Whistler's Mother. And it turns out I love her. I love her so much. I love her for so many reasons. And actually, the colors in this will match my dining room really well. And where I'm going to put it in my dining room will end up looking like this arrangement. So I have wallpaper in my dining room. It's like a blue floral wallpaper, and I did like a Google image search. Turns out it's wallpaper from the 1970s by Oak Cassini, who was Jackie O's, like, he dressed her. So it's very cool. And I'm very glad I kept it. So Whistler's Mother is going to go in here in our dining room. But I went on a little bit of a deep dive with this. So this is needlepoint, but it also has petty point. Like you can see in the picture, in her face and her hands. I don't know a lot about needlepoint and petty point. Needlepoint uses one cross instead of, the full crosses. And then I looked into petty point. So then I learned that when you have needlepoint and petty point in the same piece, it's called gross point. And then I started to learn more about needlepoint and petty point, which is really neat. I think when you put the two together, you can only stitch it on something, I think it's called Penelope cloth. Petty point is stitched on, I think it's called Congress fabric or like silk gauze. So it's pretty neat. Then I started to look up Whistler's Mother. So and this was stitched by someone named EAD, initials, in 1961. And it was framed in Asheville, North Carolina. So I looked up Whistler's Mother because you know who it is, but I didn't really know a lot about it. And it was done by an artist named James McNeill Whistler. He was an American artist. He lived primarily in London. And he was very much art for art's sake. And I thought that was sort of appropriate because if you think about it, cross stitch is really art for art's sake. It doesn't serve a purpose other than to make people happy. And I think that's a very good purpose. So it's actually called Arrangement in Gray and Black #1. The painting was exhibited in the exhibition of Royal Academy of Art in London, and James McNeill Whistler and the Academy did not have a good relationship. I don't think they really valued him as an artist, and they didn't value this as an arrangement because it had a person in it, and they thought a portrait could not be in an arrangement. So they changed the title of the painting to, they added, you know, the portrait of Whistler's mother. So that was never what it was called. It was Arrangement in Gray and Black 1. So after the showing, it pretty much severed their relationship, and he was done. He was done with the Royal Academy of Art. And then in 1861, he painted it. I could be mistaken. But then in 1881, the French state bought the painting, and it's considered one of the United States artist's most famous paintings. And so he went on to quote, just think, go and look at one's own painting hanging on the walls of Luxembourg, remembering how it had been treated in England, to be met everywhere with defiance and respect, and to know that all this is a tremendous slap in the face of the Academy and the rest. Really, it is a dream. So a little bit of, I went into this deep dive, and it made me just think, like, what a good reminder that just because someone doesn't see your value doesn't mean that you're not valuable. And, what you do and who you are is valuable. Maybe you're just surrounded around the wrong people, or they haven't opened their eyes yet. So I called both of my girls and told them in great detail about Whistler's mother. And, I'm like, I don't know, maybe you can use this when you have teenagers someday. They're just like really feeling down, but it's just a good reminder that art is valuable in itself. So, and also, if you think about it, I found it at a Salvation Army, and like someone's like, okay, what am I going to do with this old thing that grandma needle pointed? And like, they didn't see the value in it, and I saw it. I was like, oh, look at all the time and the effort that went into this, and the beauty and the handiwork, and they took it to have it professionally framed. Like, I immediately saw the value, and I'm like, I'm gonna hang this in my home. So anyway, that's my Whistler's mother story. So we've been watching a lot of lacrosse. Got a big game I have to go to Kentucky to go see, so that'll be fun. My husband took the day off from work, and we're gonna go up and watch her play. My oldest turned 21. Oh, she had a really nice birthday. She had all of her girlfriends come over, and they ate red velvet cake and just had a great time. And then she went to coffee and to Target with some friends on her birthday, and then she had some sorority events for St. Patrick's Day. They had like a pickle party where they pickled green things, and all the girls got together and green. So that was fun for them. And finished the first season of 1923. It's good. The new trailer for Happy Gilmore came out. I'm not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit. I remember when I went to see Happy Gilmore in the 90s. It was such a fun day. My husband and I, we went to it was the Lansdowne Skate Bowl. He rode his BMX bike. He had a great time, and then we went to the movies. Super fun day. So before I get to the giveaway, other than stitching and watching lacrosse and just, doing the working and the things that the things I normally do, my youngest and I have been conspiring to go to Disney World for a day. It's 9 hours and 45 minutes away. Muppet 40 is closing in June forever. And we're devastated. So, she wants to go and I want to go. And so we have to convince our husbands that this is a good idea. So we've just been back and forth like about this little mini trip. I'm like, okay, so we could drive down one day. We'll leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning. If we stop, you know, it'll take us, we'll get there by like 2. They're gonna stop way more. And then, you know, we can take a nap, go to the pool, go to dinner, and then the following day, like we can meet up, we go see the Muppets, and then we can go, everybody goes and does what they want to do, and then we'll come back and we'll have dinner. It'll be so much fun, and then we'll drive home the next day. So for us, like, this is a great plan. So we've been dropping subtle hints about how much we want to do this. And then so she's so cute. She's like, okay, well, what are you going to wear? And I'm like, I don't know. What are you going to wear? And she's like, well, we get 2 outfits because it's going to be hot. And I'm like, oh, definitely we need 2 outfits. I was like, but if I wear like my Miss Piggy outfit in the Star Wars part, it'll be like pigs in space. So she and I both pretty much snorted, and we've been calling it Operation Pigs in Space. So speaking of Operation Pigs in Space, I bought Ringer baseball shirts for my husband and I. And I was going to put Miss Piggy and Kermit on them. And then I'm going to make, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'm brave enough. I wanted to find like the perfect Miss Piggy mouse ears. And I bought a set of a pig ear headband and then like a really bright hot pink sequins bow. And I was going to combine the two together. And here's the problem. I have the physique of a woman who enjoys a cupcake. Do I really need to just add pig ears to the look? Or I feel like I just need to own it and do it. So I booked the trip. We're still dropping hints. Hopefully it'll happen. Hopefully, you know, I'll have a good update and we will have Operation Pigs in Space happen. We will see. So, speaking of the Muppets and pigs and frogs, I bought a second lily by accident. So, I like to pass this on, share the love, and send this off to somebody who would like to stitch an animal cracker. So, if you would like to win Lily, go ahead and like and subscribe, and then leave a comment. Don't say giveaway or free or anything like that. But I want you to comment, use the word frog, because Lily, there's so many ways to spell Lily. Let's just not do that. Let's use frog. And either tell me your favorite Muppet, tell me your favorite Muppet movie, tell me that I don't like the Muppets, what's wrong with you, but I would love to stitch that frog. And then be over 18, and we'll go ahead and next, let's see, March 24th. We'll close this off on March 24th, and then I'll announce the winner, and then you'll just have to send me your address to make sure you're over 18. And I hope that you love Lily as much as I do. I hope that my ramblings have entertained you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.